Easy English expression, rehashed.
Hello everybody, my name is Coach Shane and welcome to Easy English Expressions.
Come on, let's master English.
How you doing? Coach Shane here. Welcome to E-Cube number 225. Today's expression is actually perfect if you're a student, but even as adults, we use it too. I wonder if you can find a way to use today's expression. Let's go back in time.
Today's expression, a cheat sheet. A cheat sheet. Do you ever use a cheat sheet? I do. Actually, when I was in high school, I admit a couple of times I did use a cheat sheet. But even today, I still use a cheat sheet, especially when I'm doing my videos. What is a cheat sheet? A cheat sheet, a cheat, C-H-E-A-T, sheet, S-H-E-E-T. A cheat sheet is a small piece of paper, a sheet of paper, but very, very, very small, that you use to cheat. So when you take an exam, sometimes the questions are very difficult. You cannot remember the math formula or the person's name or the date. So on a very small piece of paper, you write all the formulas, the names, the dates. You write in really, really tiny writing. You write everything on that little piece of paper. And then while you take a test, you look at it. You cheat with that sheet of paper. It's illegal. It's not nice. It's not proper. It's not ethical. You should not do that. But do you? Yeah. Once again, I didn't have to, but I guess a couple of times I did in high school. Oh, sure, I did. In college, I never cheated. Not once. In middle school and elementary school, I never cheated. But in high school, I was lazy. I did a couple of times. And even now, I cheat. So, for example, my mother asked me to make spaghetti. She wanted to taste my spaghetti. And she put me in the kitchen and she said, go. So she's expecting that I have memorized how to make my spaghetti. But actually, I do have problems memorizing exactly how to do it. So I need to look at the recipe. But my mother was looking at me constantly. She was watching me. Well, finally, she went to the bathroom. And then, on my cell phone, I went to the internet and I Googled my spaghetti recipe and I found it and I quickly looked. Aha, I need to add nutmeg. Oh yes, nutmeg to my spaghetti makes it very, very special. And my mother never saw. And she tasted my spaghetti and she said, wow, it really is good. You are a professional. But actually, I cheated. Now, my cheat sheet wasn't a piece of paper. It was my smartphone, but it had the information on there and I was able to cheat. That is a cheat sheet too. Let's check out a dialogue. Wow, you did great on the math test.
I used a cheat sheet.
You cheated?
I just wrote down the formulas.
Yeah, it's not good. In school, using a cheat sheet, I don't care if everybody does it. It's not good. It's not good. Don't do it. Writing down the formulas. I still remember a couple of formulas from math. Do you guys, what's the pronunciation? We say Pythagoras and the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem. Pythagoras, you remember him? He said that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Yeah, what is that? Is that the area of a triangle? Is that right? My goodness, I don't know. We have an EQ, actually we have a DDM student, and he's a perf student too. His name is Sergey. This guy's a math genius. He remembers all of those math formulas, and he's like my age. So like, I don't know, from 30 years ago, he remembers everything. Man, I'm jealous. I can't remember anything except for the Pythagorean theorem. That's it. That's all I know. If I had to take a math test tomorrow, you bet I would need a cheat sheet. I'll tell you one other time I used a cheat sheet. And actually, I'll tell you 2 times. But anyway, when I first started working at this school, they hired me as the manager of all the teachers. And as a manager, I should know everybody's name. But I didn't. I'm terrible with names. So I had a cheat sheet. And I would write like John, no hair, bad breath. I would write like notes how to describe each person. And Sally, 100 years old and a little heavy. So I would have these notes. So I would look, and here comes an English teacher. Who is it? It's Sally. Hi, Sally. And Sally was very impressed because I knew her name. Hi, John. And everybody thought that I was a genius for knowing their name so quickly, but actually I was using a cheat sheet. And when I make my videos, sometimes I use a cheat sheet too. Sometimes I give lots of good examples. And you might think, wow, Shane just can give us so many examples. Sometimes I can. Sometimes my mind is working very well.
But sometimes my mind is very slow and it doesn't work well.
And I need a cheat sheet. And I use it. What about you? Tell me when you use a cheat sheet. Let's listen to that dialogue 2 more times. Wow, you did great on the math test.
I used a cheat sheet.
You cheated?
I just wrote down the formulas.
Wow, you did great on the math test.
I used a cheat sheet.
You cheated?
I just wrote down the formulas.
Thanks so much for listening. Make sure to check out our webpage, www.letsmasterenglish.com. Try a free lesson. Get our newsletter. And if you have a question, please, or a comment, or maybe some criticism, then please send an email, contact@letsmasterenglish.com. I'm Coach Shane, and together, let's master English.